actually might be able to get this kill on the Witch Doctor. One more right click to go. Does he have vision? Doesn't look like he's going to have to back up. Ace almost able to take him down. In fact, he doesn't have boots. Kuroki doesn't either. He should be able to catch up with one right click. Ace gets the first blood. Meanwhile, Puppy. Notification used though.
They're gonna put mid.
God, I hate you. If I hadn't said anything, would you be making fun of me right now? I don't know. Okay.
I know.
Then I'm fine with that.
Well, they're gonna get the tower. This is actually really good from tank into tier 1 at 9 minutes is always one of those high value plays.
Comes off cooldown there, able to secure another kill. Wraith King dies yet again. Aegis was used, I believe. Not sure who had that. Hani's able to take out at least one. PA, who had the Aegis? Was it PA? It must have been. So she's alive, but stuck in the trees. And we have the teleport here. Out of the tree right now.
And it just looked like Fnatic looked like a team without any sort of play call there. There was a lot of indecision. There was no clear targeting. They didn't immediately go for some sort of kill. Arise, I think, played it way too passively with its Aegis. They should have just gone in, tried to kill a target, used the Aegis, and then tried to...
Wraith King takes so much damage. Actually, BKB forced by PA. Here comes the swap by Hani. Can they finish up Nota before this fight goes any further? But here's the after center on multiple heroes. Nothing's gonna be popping. It doesn't really matter at this point. PA's dead. LC's dead. Witch Doctor soon to be dead, I would assume. Kuroki though getting stunned, taken out relatively easy from Hani. Another stun coming out actually. Two again. Fnatic just getting wrecked in these fights. In all likelihood, Secret will fall back after this. Yule's used yet again. BK activated by Simba as he's trying to run away. Witch Doctor ult dealing a little bit of damage, but not enough to finish off either Kuroki or Simba. They're just going to turn on Wraith King again. No ultimate with that ridiculous...
Get the ult. Even then he can still get lassoed, but that's a way more unlikely play.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fnatic, I think they're holding on admirably. I think they this game to me was pretty much over 10 minutes ago, and they could have perhaps lost it 2 minutes after that. But they've taken a couple of good fights, and because of that, they're still in it. But
looking to backdoor.
Here we go. Oh, there's a gem on the Wraith King.
Look at that. That morph time is so insane. And
stuns the wolf.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a BKB dodge or just a complete stun? Okay. Ace in the top is LC ult. Is this enough to take anybody out? The winner is actually gonna be Legion Commander, but the megas come. And I think it's easy enough to call this.
Yeah, Fnatic's caught this now. That was a good kill.
Yeah, with that extra damage on LC, I mean, good God.
Plus 100.
Witch Doctor,
would you have thought Ace would reach 100 plus damage in this game? I would not.
Absolutely
after that
not.
early game. Not even 50. And Fnatic have taken some really good fights. But Secret, once again, just better control, better movement early on, better decision making, and just overall strategy. Just they had the better calls, and they seemed more like a team in this game than Fnatic did. And at the end of the day, that's what wins you the games. Just better teamwork and strategizing.
We have Refresher on Batrider, and more importantly, Kuroki does pick up the Aghanim Scepter, and he still has the cheese.
Yep.
I'm just watching him the rest of the game.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So for people that don't know, the Aghanims gives the Mystic Flare 0 cooldown. Of course, it has a ridiculous mana cost. Ace pops his ult. No kill is going to come from this. Batrider coming in. Witch Doctor ult doing a decent job. Nobody's really in range at this point, though. Might get the kill. Kuroki, okay, he melts. Absolutely melts. I don't even know how many ults he got off, but it wasn't many.
Got off 2.
So Fnatic somehow winning that. He got 2 off. Did he get any kills?
I think he got 1, but that Witch Doctor ult just... Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
The
funny thing is, it wasn't a good ult at first because nobody was really in range, and then Secret initiated into it with the Batrider, and that ended up bouncing to Skywrath. Alright, in another dimension, is this game even possible to win for Fnatic against Megas?
If Megas are weaker in that dimension, then maybe. But
okay,
like with the current position they're in, this is as close to impossible as it is. But they're trying. They're doing what they can at least.
Oh, actually, if they knew Wraith King's ult was down, he actually might just still go down to this and swap out. Oh man, you don't want to use it in that scenario. Grit forcing it out of Hani, and that means no swap in this engagement if there is one. But Grit now has his ultimate finally. Oh my goodness, that is just living on the edge.
Puppy.
Even the lifesteal's not enough. Puppy popped BKB, Hani popped BKB. That's not really going to matter against the Abyssal Blade. And okay, that's not even an Abyssal Blade. Good God. He can easily pick it up too with all this gold. Crit. Finally, the ult is used, but will die very shortly after. Here comes the Witch Doctor ult. Won't do a whole lot to tanking as he just pops his Sandstorm in the meantime. S4, Burrow strikes out. And the Mega's just going to work. Thrown at half HP. I'm really surprised there's no GG calls. I'm sure they're soon to come. As Secret, is he gonna get it? He gets it! 118 damage going away LC in a loss. Congratulations to Secret. They are now 4-1 overall in this tournament. There's gonna be a game 2 coming up soon. Any last words about this? We had quite a bit of time to talk about, well, the inevitable, I suppose.
Well, I feel like we kind of covered it. It was especially the fight top where Fnatic were starting to gather and trying to stab Secret, and then they got their PA caught, she got killed, and then they lost the fight 5-1. I think that's the big turning point, if you will, or it's not a turning point because they were ahead the whole time Secret, but that's the point when they got such a sizable lead that it was difficult for Fnatic to come back. So a little crisper timing, and I think they're good. Like the individual plays of all the players, I think were good enough to definitely win this game, but the macro calls were not as good as those of Secret, and we don't expect that out of Fnatic either. Secret arguably one of the best teams in the West right now with great leadership, but if you're going to win against a team like that, you're going to need to pull something like that out. So Fnatic have to be better on the game calls for game 2.
Speaking of game 2, coming up next, guys, we'll be right back. Get ahead. No Tail not level 2, only half level 1 right now. We have Dual Breath coming out.
Just killed him.
And there's actually a haste rune here as well. Okay, so first blood going the way of Secret. Who gets it is the question. Queen of Pain and a haste rune to boot.
This could be a fight.
Could be in trouble. Well, they see him. Again, it's the same ward over and over again. Frostbite's gonna be used on No Tail. As Four is here to help save the day. Who picked up the rune? It was actually Crystal Maiden, but she's gonna pay with her life. So another kill going away with Secret, now Hani on the run, get something delivered to him, might have been a health spot or something like that. Dual Breath forces the rest of Secret. His sprint is still up, this should be an easy one. Another pick up on the way of Secret, so a little bit over aggression from Fnatic, the negative, what did I call it?
Negative damage?
Negative damage. Well, it's like,
mitigation.
Damage mitigation. Yeah, that's right.
Mitigation.
That's too hard to think of.
I love negative damage.
And defend bottom themselves. This should be denied. It is by Puppy. BKB by S4. Lifestealer still inside of her. Must be a really good game. Ice Pattern, Big Daddy into White Low. Get in the mid-range. Torn comes out. Doesn't really hit because of the BKBs. Elder Titan all dealing damage. But, again, the farm advantage is showing through spades. Secret only lose 1. 1 to 4. It's going to be an end up being a team fight. He gets the board off. The fact that he can use both that whole time, even just for the he deals a considerable amount of damage, but there comes the swap, S4. Sonic Whip again on White. He's using it exclusively on single heroes. That was obviously a miss, though. They do take out Crystal Maiden. Should be the zone. Here comes the boat. It's going to hit, and it hits S4 directly in the gullet. Will blink out to safety, however. He gets healed by Puppy. What a great support. As it is a 2 for 2.
But he's dusted.
No,
still got the kill. This could end well for Fnatic.
Going really deep, really deep. He gets 1 kill, but Simba axes him down. Triple kill going the way of Fort if need be. And in fact, this is going to force Fnatic all the way. A triple crush by No Tail. Holy geez, here comes the board. It's going to give the buff and nothing else. Simba, in the meantime, has the available. Doesn't really want to use it on Hani. Might be forced to, however. The right clicks are enough to take him out, however. So it's 1 for 1, 1 for 2, I'm sorry.
Set up for that and kill it really fast. Slaughter has reached level 11, so they have level 2 amp. And if they timed it, they should know that this is a pretty realistic time for Roshan to respawn. They're controlling the map. It's actually a free Rosh right now if they go there. The Radiant, even if they buy back, are not going to be there in time, but they also don't have buybacks, so... Well, Fnatic, they came into this match as the underdog. I feel like we're seeing why in both games. Their movement is worse, their decision-making is worse. I think their drafts in both games have been okay, but just the execution isn't crisp enough.
Okay. The game will go on, regardless of your opinions, Cinder. How dare you? Shiva's picked up by 2. When I have nothing to say, that's the kind of thing I say. I just berate you. I don't know. That's all I got. Shiva's though picked up by Simba, so he's going to be super tanky to the physical damage coming out. And the problem with Klink's getting an Orchid, which is a great item. You really want to get a lot of pickoffs early, which just hasn't been the case. He's 5 and 6, so he has some kills, but just more deaths in that case. No-Tail's going to spot out Roshan. Could they go in here just, even with everybody's spells up on the opposite on Fnatic?
Yeah, they could. They really could. They just need someone to scout outside the pit, but they don't. I'm not even sure they need that right now because they have vision min. They see that there's 2 Radiant heroes there. This is a free for.
That's like less than an 8-second rush.
Literally 5-second kill.
Lifestealer again has the Aegis. Hopefully he uses it this time instead of killing. Although he was infested in Quap for quite a bit of that time. They just haven't been fortunate enough. We haven't really seen any amazing Nace bombs this game. That's usually a staple for that hero with any combination as mobility.
That's true.
Storm Spirit, Quap, just haven't really seen that come to fruition.
Decent partner. I think part of the reason is just the way the movement around the map has been is S4 doesn't really want to blink into the face of Fnatic when there's multiple heroes missing, because yes, sure, they can get an Infest Bomb out, but he exposes himself a lot. Now that he does, of course, he's had the BKB for a long time, don't get me wrong, but I haven't really seen many openings where I was like, wow, a Lifestealer Bomb would have been really good right now. Rather, just having the Slaughter be the opener, and then following up with the Lifestealer running in or getting carried in is perfectly fine. The bomb factor doesn't really need to play in this particular game.
Secret just infesting, if you will, the enemy forest, just taking advantage of the farm and map control that they currently have.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They actually have quite a bit of towers, I just noticed. They have all but one outer tower. That's really surprising considering how this game is going. Yeah, absolutely. Jakiro in a nutshell, I suppose. Lifestealer finishes off the Assault Cuirass, and I was looking at Elder Titan. Looks like he's building the Crimson Guard, which is an amazing choice this game. He's able to get it out, but is it too little too late? Brokey, warranted, just stands there and takes it. Mania gets blown up right at the start! He had the buyback and he would use it right away. Elder Titan not able to get off anything. So they insta-give 2 heroes, force 1 buyback. They still have Aegis. And they didn't even have... Ryze isn't even in the base. He has no teleportation.
There's your infest.
No toilet paper whatsoever. Hani, again, that's a dieback, ladies and gentlemen. And that can continue to crit. Almost gets... Okay. The Sonic Wave again. Solo heroes the entire game. And it's been on Crystal Maiden almost every time. Poor Crystal Maiden. Clicks is on the way, and yeah, this is going to be a good game. So 2-0 Secret, they are now 4-1. 5 so far in chapter. Wait, right, wait. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count. 5-1. It's actually really impressive.
That's like 5 games, which is like 3 series.
It's too much.
1 game.
It's too much math this early in the morning. It's still technically morning for me.
Yeah, nice excuse. I believe you.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's a 2-0 for Secret. Next up after this, it's going to be Fnatic again, but this time they're going to be playing Evil Genius.
So what is it you say? From the fire into the ashes? Or... That's not what you say, is it? That's not how you say it.
The fire into the ashes?
Is that the saying? Like you go from one bad thing to another?
Okay, it could be a saying that I've just never heard, but
I think I'm butchering your idioms right now. I could be.
Alright, so with that idiom, I'm going to bid you all adieu.
No, wait, it's from something into the fire, right? Okay, they're gonna go from a thunderstorm into the fire.
Oh god.
Come.
Alright, so I'm gonna go
wrap
vomit,
it up, please.
And we'll wrap this up right now. So we'll be back soon, friends, with that next series. Hope